Hi guys, I'm Dos and this is the DBG channel. Once again it's Sunday. Sunday is the only time in the week that my local field target club's open. Sundays 9 till 2, and for the umpteenth week in a row, you probably bored of hearing me say it, it's raining in sunny Sudbury, and therefore shooting outside is off the cards. So what we're going to do today is pull together some YouTube films for you. Hopefully it'll be informative and entertaining. I should be covering a few different things today, so there will be, and these will then go out over the next few weeks. So there's a drip feed of stuff to entertain or bore you, depending on your point of view. First off, I want to do a very quick missive from the workshop, just to update you on a couple of projects. Done a big, what do you call it, like a bumper edition, if you like, of stuff from the workshop that we've uploaded to the website and shared out on the Facebook page, so you might already have seen that. If so, a couple of the items that feature in that are project guns that we've got that we will then be going on to sell at the end of their time with us. One is Project Airsporter. It's actually going to finally get put together this coming week, unless I get an absolute flood of work, and I haven't been able to do much on it the last few weeks because we have been absolutely chocked in the workshop, which I'm absolutely not complaining about. Please keep them coming, I like to be busy. Project Airsporter is pretty much ready to go now. I've got all the bits, stock's all done. You can see it's looking really nice with the trigger block, the refinished trigger block against the stock. And this stock, if you remember how bad it was when it came in, is quite a turnaround. I'm very pleased with this. When this eventually goes out the door, it will be for sale, so hopefully one of you lucky people out there will be wanting to buy it. If you are interested in it and want to reserve it beforehand, please get in touch. I'm quite happy to do that. The other update on Project Airsporter is we trialled our chemical blacking process with the action from Project Airsporter. The first attempt was really good, but there were a couple of imperfections on it. That would be good enough ordinarily for most people, but it's not good enough for me and it's not good enough for this project. So I have redone the blacking, gone through the process, tweaked a couple of things that I obviously didn't quite get right last time, and it has come out absolutely perfectly this time. And I'm really looking forward to getting this together and testing it. The plan with the gun, once I have finally got it screwed back together, is we're going to be doing some testing on it with, it's got the new steel export piston head. I've also got the modified alloy ones back in stock and the standard ones. So I'm hoping to do some sort of back-to-back test of those to really nail down which is best, and tweak, have a few ideas. We're sort of swapping about spring rates, number of coils and stuff, just to get the best possible shot cycle. I'm really not bothered about power. It's not about chasing power at all. The interesting little aside, actually, I did a couple of Airsporters, or put them back together this week just gone, and a customer brought them in, and they had the Titan springs. He'd already bought the bits to go in there, and as regular viewers will know, I'm a massive fan of just using high quality standard springs in Airsporters, because they're never going to be super powerful guns, but they shoot much nicer between sort of 8 and 10.5 foot-pounds. The precise amount absolutely does vary from gun to gun. Quality control at BSA wasn't fantastic, even in the sort of big machining stage parts of it. So you will find them with varying cylinder diameters, transfer ports aren't always exactly the same, etc, etc. So yeah, back to the point, standard spring. The outer diameter of the Titan ones, which are a much stiffer spring rate, they've got the coils are thicker as well, so I don't know, 3 mm against 2.6, something like that. But the actual outer diameter of the spring itself is almost 1 millimetre more. And what that tends to mean is, once it's assembled, I mean, theoretically, if you just put a stronger spring in, you would expect to get more power. It's not always the case, because spring guns can be quite capricious beasts, as anybody who tunes them or fettles them will know. With the standard spring, there's plenty of clearance inside the piston. Again, with everything else set up right, the piston all polished and deburred, and the insides of the cylinder all deburred, they can be lovely, lovely smooth shooting guns. And if you sort out the loading tap alignment, they're also very accurate. Again, as another little aside, if you've got an Airsporter that won't hit the barn door, it's almost, unless you've got damage to the barrel or anything, it's almost guaranteed to be loading tap alignment. It's something that I check on all of the guns that come through here, and almost every single one is not correct, and some of them have been like that since they came out of the factory. So inspections and quality and QC weren't at the very best at Small Heath in the 60s and 70s, or indeed anywhere else in British industry, to be fair. So the Titan springs are wider outer diameter, tends to ever so slightly grip on the inside of the piston. You can feel it when you push it in. You can feel that there's metal touching metal, and it doesn't just slide smoothly in. And whilst that in itself is not a huge problem, what is not immediately apparent to some is that when you compress a spring that way, its outer diameter grows slightly that way as well. And what that means is when you've loaded the gun, the actual spring is gripping the inside of the piston. So when you release the shot, there's an awful lot of extra friction in there. And as if to prove this point, or if you need any further proof of this point, I've had guns bought in that have the Titan spring fitted. As the Titan spring comes out to customers, it's coated black, and every single one that I've taken apart has got Titan spring in it. All that black coating has worn off because it's abrading on the inside of the piston. The upshot of what I'm sort of getting to here is that when you put in one of those springs, and it's the reason why I don't recommend it, what you actually do is you increase the cocking effort, you increase the trigger weight because it's holding back more spring. You put the entirety of the chassis of the gun, so the underlever, the cocking link, the bracket, even the stock is under a lot more pressure because the cocking effort is a lot more than the standard spring. And it makes absolutely no more power. These ones were running at 9.2 and 9.5 foot-pound with the Titan spring, a synthetic guide, a top hat, and a couple of power washers in place. And it was also incredibly difficult to get the gun back together. So yeah, I'm not a fan of those standard springs all the way for me and the guns that I do. So yeah, with Project Airsporter, it's going to get built up. We're going to do some testing, and then it's going to go up for sale. Another gun that I've taken in this week is an Air Arms S510 177 full-length rifle, and it has had a bit of a life. It come to us, it's not working. There's so much wrong with the insides. Just about all of the internal parts on it have been either damaged, worn out, or scarred by corrosion from presumably being charged by a hand pump that hasn't got a filter on it, or a moisture trap. And as a result, almost all of the internals on this gun are going to need replacing because they're too far gone to save. It will obviously also have a full reseal, putting a new fill valve on it. It's going to end up with a new firing valve, hammer body, valve body, etc., etc., etc. It's effectively, internally, it's going to be a brand new gun. And once that's done, that will also be up for sale. So if you're interested in that, then please do get in touch. Give you a little snapshot. Cosmetically, it's actually in nice condition. So you can see the stock is a beach one. They've got nice checkering and bits and pieces on there. That is in very sort of tidy order, as is the shrouded barrel, which is loose for some reason, even though all the bolts are tight, so we'll be looking into that. There might be some replacement required either on this or the barrel itself, or some extra machining done so that I can actually get that to tighten up properly, but it will all be remedied. So effectively, when that does go up for sale, it's going to be internally a brand new gun. If you're interested in that, then like the Airsporter, if you want to reserve it ahead of time, then please get in touch, and I'm quite happy to talk to you about that. Hopefully that's been of interest to you. The rain's getting heavier, and I've got a few more films to do for you today, so we'll see you again soon.